Hi, this is Jill from Humu Yoga, and this is the gentle chair yoga practice. This week, we're working with the theme of space. So I'm going to go ahead and take us through a quiet centering, and then I'll take us through some inspirational quotes on space. And then I'll weave this theme into our class today, where we're going to focus on some hips and hamstrings and other things too. So if this is something you like, please subscribe, because I do a different class every week with a different theme and a different focus. So to get started, just notice how you're sitting. You don't want to be too far back in your chair and probably not too far over the edge. So just right in the center, and then really ground through the legs. So you want to feel an energy coming in from the feet all the way up to the hips. And then notice is your spine, are you hunching your back backwards or too far forward? And just try to sit up. So start by engaging the muscles you're sitting on or pelvic floor. We call that mula bandha, and that means root lock, just enough for support. And then above that, right below the belly button, draw the belly in and get a sense of lift. We call that Uddiyana bandha, and it means flying upward. And then at the top of the spine, go ahead and just draw the chin down. We call that Jalandhara bandha, and that means chin lock, and that seals in the energy of the bandhas. So now you're supported from inside. So you can just relax the hands on the thighs, and let's begin to focus on the breath now. So keeping those bandhas engaged, just enough for support. Visualize how on an inhalation, the rib cage expands with the diaphragm. And then as you exhale, the rib cage relaxes. And again, inhale, full breath in, and exhale. And one more conscious breath as you inhale, feel the rib cage fill up. And as you exhale, the rib cage relaxes. Let's take the hands together in prayer position, and we'll vibrate together in Om, and then I'll go through the quotes. Inhale. Sometimes the most important thing in a whole day is the rest we take between two deep breaths. Find the space between doing and being. That's where you'll meet yourself. In the stillness, we remember who we are. In the space, we create. We begin to heal. Creating space isn't about emptiness. It's about making room for what truly matters. You don't have to escape your life to find peace. Just create a little space inside it. Space. I love that. Finding gentle pauses so that we can focus on what's really important and let openness just happen. And we can really do that in this class if we're paying attention to the body part we're working on and how we're moving our bodies with the breath. So we'll go ahead and start to move. So inhale, reach the arms up, take the hands behind the head for a moment and lift way up. And when you do that, you engage your back body. So it's like you're pushing your back forward and lifting your heart up. And then as you exhale, let's slowly round. So now you're pulling the belly in, dropping the chin and stretching the back. And then one more time, inhale. So just notice, take the time to notice. Inhale, we're opening and we're engaging the back, opening the front. Exhale, we're pulling the belly in, engaging the front and opening the back. And then inhale and come to neutral. Now we'll try we will try some side bending. So lifting up, inhale, exhale, side bend over to the right. And feel how you're contracting in your right side and opening the left side. And then rise up. Inhale, exhale, side bend to the left. So we're contracting the left side, opening the right side. And then rise up. Inhale, one more time to the right. This time drop your elbow and let your neck stretch. So now I'm just dropping the chin, shoulders away from the ears, and I'm feeling this nice stretch in here. Breathing. Don't force. The hands are just there for a little bit of weight. And then start to open and maybe open all the way up. And then inhale, rise. We'll go to the other side. Inhale, exhale, and then gently turning, and then dropping the chin. Feel this nice stretch along here. It feels so good in the neck. And then inhale, open, and maybe open all the way, and then rise up. And from here, let's just reach the arms. Inhale, all the way up. Elevate and externally rotate. So you're rolling your shoulders away from your ears, and then side bend. So again, this right side is contracting, the left side is really reaching. Let's go ahead and take the hand down and roll your shoulder away from your ear, on both sides actually, and see if you can go a little deeper. We'll add the head again, gently looking down, forward, maybe up, maybe not, maybe straight ahead. Keep reaching, and we'll do the other side. Inhale, reach, finding space and openness. Exhale, side bend. And then from here, maybe you want to take your gaze down, and maybe forward, and then maybe up. Reach and rise. And now we're going to turn. We're going to come into some standing poses. So we're going to come into the lunge, and your right butt is on the chair. Your left leg, you're going to get a nice stretch on the hip flexors in the front here. So let's bend the back knee for a moment and engage these muscles under the butt. So it feels like I'm pushing from the back and stretching the front. Then try to straighten your leg. You should be getting a nice stretch here. And then on the right side, you're pulling the right butt back. And from here, you can have one hand on the chair. See if you can rise up a little and come back down. So you have to engage that front leg, that front butt. Even if you don't come off the chair, just feel that. And maybe you can do it without the hand. And then from there, keep the legs engaged, right? The right butt pulling back, the left butt under, reach up and feel the back muscles working. So it's like the back is pushing forward as I'm lifting up to go back. Some of you might want to reach the other arm. And then inhale, rise up. And from here, we'll take it to warrior two. So now the hips are forward, right? Now we're going to open the hips this way. So it's external rotation in the hips. I'm turning this right knee out. So you feel that strong. It's warrior two, and then gaze over the front hand. You could take your hands and see if you could stand up. Feel how the hips really work. Maybe you could do it on your own. Just give it a go. See where you go. Really use the legs. And reach. Find a nice reach. And from there, we'll go to the other side. You feel how the hips work in many different ways. And we're going to pivot. So now the hips are facing one direction. We bend the back knee to start and really engage these muscles under the butt so that all these muscles in the hip flexors are stretching. And then try to straighten your leg. Just see how that feels. Really straight. So you should be feeling a nice stretch here. Now we're going to engage the muscles in the front leg, the front butt, and try to rise up. And then come down. Rise up. Maybe you don't need your hand. And come down. And then try one more time to see where you go. Be really engaging. And down. Now we'll add the arm. So reaching up. Feel the back. Like the back is coming forward as the heart lifts up and back. Maybe you want to take both arms. Reach, reach, reach. And then rise up. Now we're going to go from this hip position with the hips facing forward to opening. This is external rotation. The hips are opening. Just notice that. Very opening on the inner hips. And then reach. Some of you might be able to come up from here. You feel that external rotation brings you up. And we'll try that one more time. And then just stay for another moment and release. And we'll come into goddess pose. And goddess is nice and open. It's lots of external rotation. So just stay here for a moment. And then from here, we're going to maybe take the legs a little closer and come to stand. So you can let your butt go back. We're really using the hips to stand up and then go back down. You could use your hands just to make sure your chair is there and rise up. Really straighten the legs and come back down. One more time. Up and pause. I'm going to go ahead and move the chair, but you can keep yours right where it is. I just want to give you a different angle. We're going to stretch the hamstrings in a down dog, a modified down dog. So use your hands on the chair and walk back. Now I'm trying not to round my spine. I'm trying to really reach. So I'm engaging the back and I'm really stretching along the sides here, and then nice hamstrings. So really straighten those legs and reach.
If you needed to, you could bend and straighten a couple times if that helped you. And just stay where you're getting a nice stretch. And from here, we're going to go ahead, rise up a little, and step the right foot forward. So I'm about maybe a leg length, maybe a little less than a leg length long, and then reach. And I'm pulling my right hip back because I'm trying to really get the hamstrings here. So I'm engaging the front, pulling the right butt back, and just really reach. And then we're going to rise up and switch sides. So both hips are facing forward. I'm reaching, I'm pulling this butt back, engaging the front of the leg, and reaching. Breathe. And it's okay if you're up here. As long as you're getting a stretch, that's where you're finding space. Eventually, you'll find more and more, and then we'll step up. I'm going to go ahead and put the chair back, and we'll come back down to seated. Reach. You could take your hands here, and here we are. And then let's let the right leg come up. Feel that hip crease. Really get deep in there, and then we're going to take the leg across and sit up. Just a nice hip stretch, just figure four. So feel this external rotation, and you could stay here, or maybe some of you could come forward. Breathing. And then inhale, rise up. And then from here, we're gonna tightly cross the legs. It's like a eagle pose. You get in real deep. Some of you might even be able to double cross at the bottom, but that's not necessary. But if you can do it, sometimes it's nice. And then from here, let's go ahead and just sit up really tall and take a breath in and exhale. And then you can take your hands to prayer position, or this is an option. You could take your left arm on the top and just get a nice stretch this way. So really reaching through that shoulder. Some of you might be able to take your hands and sit way up. Breathing, stretching across your back, and release. It's a seated eagle pose. It's quite nice. And then we're going to take this to a twist. So just turn to the right and lift up and turn. I'm pulling gently my right knee across. It feels good in the hips. It feels good in the back too, the twist. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, turn. And then coming back to the center. Let's go to the other side. Left leg comes up, pulling in, and then take the ankle across, sit up. Maybe you want to come forward. We're really opening the hip. See if you can find that. And from here, we're going to tightly cross. Tightly cross. You could double cross, some of you, or not. And then we're going to take the right arm across, and you can just pull this way. But some of you might be able to take your hands here, or you just stay in prayer position. And I'm trying to widen across my back. I'm opening, finding space in the back. And then gently release. And then from here, we're going to turn. Sitting up tall, I'm going to use my hand here and pull the leg across as I lift up. To turn, lift up, and turn. Lots of space happening in my spine. And inhale. It should feel really good. And then we'll come back to neutral, and we'll come into a back bend. So starting with the hands in prayer position for a moment, just take a pause, find that space of possibilities, and then let's take these angel arms and feel how the back is pushing forward, the sternum is lifting, and you're reaching. And it happens very naturally. It should feel really good. You're not pushing. Coming back. And then we'll finish with a forward bend. So come to the front of your chair. You could flex your feet if you wanted to get more calves, and come forward, stretching the hamstrings. Maybe your hands can come down and you can relax. And breathe. Inhale, deepening. Exhale. And inhale wherever you are, even if you're here. Rise up. And then I always love to finish class in the same position we started, and just take a moment to notice, where are you now in your body, in your mind, compared to the beginning of class? And can you take this theme of space and gentle pauses and just let this resonate in everything you do?
Namaste.